Yes, you can parry. Okay. And then you have to attack. Damn, the timing is not easy. Very, very hard. Am I allowed to parry right now? I might actually be out of stamina. Maybe I can't. Alright. Very good animations.
No! Where'd you go? Where's Henry? What'd you do?
I didn't touch him. What do you mean? Is he not in the cage?
How dare you? How dare you?
So I found something on the boat.
What?
You want this?
What is it? Henry. How could you? You're a monster. Oh, I just ate raw meat. Henry. There you go. Protect our ship, Henry.
An interesting... He just attacked me, Eric.
Henry. Bad snake.
Mother bitch and f*** you. I was playing music. Fuck, I'm so far away from you. Why?
Good, Henry. Oh, sell Henry. Henry, are you up there?
Did you sell him?
No, no. Why would I sell Henry?
You wanted to. You said you were going to sell him.
No, I thought you wanted.
See, what I do like is that I don't like to block. But I'm already almost dead. So they are making it to where I have to block. Because I haven't gotten the parry timing down. Dude, did I just take damage again? I don't even know. I might be Eat. I don't have food. I have 0 health. I think I died. But... Nope, now I died.
Did anybody black out? Because I did not think that I did not know this ship could do that. Usually, it's a really close call. Alright, I'm gonna bring her in nice and easy. For once. For once in your life. No, you're actually a pretty good pilot. I take that back. No, I mean, usually I do this. Just pulling a quick 16 Gs. Don't worry about blacking out there. I'm sure it's fine. Alright, now we're just doing a 360 flip maneuver. I see the door lock, but I am not allowed to press it. I do not have that privilege as the co-pilot. Hello. Did we already come to a stop?
Alright, so we died to this guy earlier. I think we can't parry, but we'll try one more time. Come on, let me parry. Let me parry. Yes, you can parry. Okay. And then you have to attack. Damn, the timing is not easy. Very, very hard. Am I allowed to parry right now? I might actually be out of stamina. Maybe I can't. Alright. Very good animations. They were like, oh, we're just doing PvE. Brother! First off, you're a Reaper. That's not a thing for Reapers. Haha! Gotcha! I jumped the gun, man. I can't believe they are already back. I'm just doing PvP. I'm a pirate, you see? Get out of here, you Reaper! GG! Yeah. Give me that chest. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Where's my rowboat? David, where are you? Come on, David. David! Oh, man, you were playing hide and seek with me, weren't you, buddy? Aha, yeah. I'm so happy to see you. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. All right. Thank you, Barnaby. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I think that one's on the outside.
Oh, no. I mean, he's ready for space.
Hey, man, did anyone ever tell you, like, not to trust a pirate? Oh, that was close. Wait. Last time I did this, I forgot how to turn it off. I'm just saying, you never trust a pirate, man. You never know what they might do. You know, like, what if I just like... Oh, that was a close one. 3, 2, 1. Run away! Run away! Open the gate. Wide open the gate. Get to the gate handle and press Y to open it. Where's the gate handle? I see fire. All right, do we go back up here? Is it this? Guys, you've done a really great job of helping me know where to go and what to do. But now I am lost. So press Y to open the gate. Oh, there's a shiny. I was, once again, if I'm that close, come on, guys.
No.
To episode 50. Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome, everyone.
How's
back.
everybody doing?
It's been a journey.
It's been a journey.
It's been a journey. I am tired, but
Me too.
yeah. I finished a big project for my work again. I feel like I do this like every 2 weeks.
Hey,
But I finished, and now I'm kind of like sitting pretty and free. So
is it a satisfying feeling though? At least, like, does it give you that? Does it scratch that itch where you're like, oh, I finished, I did it, it's done?
less of finishing like, oh, I've scratched it and it's never coming back, and more so, okay, I need to go ahead and work on something else because I can't keep doing this.
Yeah, that's less ideal, but
less
I
ideal, but it is what it is. We're not stressed too much about it, but yeah, stoked to be on the pod today. Oh my gosh, my dog is actually freaking out.
Guys, you never guess what showed up in the mail today.
What showed up in the mail
Shut
today?
up.
Actually, 2 things. The first thing was a very wet and warped passport. That's a great way to get your passport, right?
Oh no.
Funny thing is, both of our passports showed up at the same time. Hers is completely fine, normal.
Oh.
Yours is waterlogged.
Mine is wet. I think I have
Oof.
found the best use case for that really heavy suitcase for my magic cards that Eric gave me,
Oh, fantastic!
which is flattening it.
yeah.
Jeez.
You're gonna have to heat treat that. Well, I mean, like, actually, can the fabric of the passport deal with the heat?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, it's like dry. It's just it was damp.
Uh-huh.
It might have been very wet at some point, and it's already gotten better.
It's definitely kind of wrinkled a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Okay.
you'll never guess the other thing that showed up. It was from Crunchyroll, and my wife bought it.
Was it?
Mm.
Actually, I don't know what it is.
It is a vinyl record that is red and slightly see-through for the Solo Leveling soundtrack.
I knew it. I knew it was gonna be
He's
that.
a
That thing looks
simp.
dope.
He's a
does.
simp.
Dude,
He's
it's gonna
a
be awesome.
simp.
Dude, that vinyl does look so good. When I saw it, and I was like, man, that's a cool looking
Don't
vinyl.
be fooled by the shiny vinyl, guys. Don't fall into this hobby. It's so dangerous.
It's
Why? It's
You'll
not.
go to a vinyl store and just be like, man, I just need all of these songs
I
from
need-
like
I
my
need all
childhood,
of
and
them. I need
then
all
like
of them.
you'll find an album from an artist that you do like, and it's like $50, and you're like, well, I have to have it because it's the only one here.
so I don't know if it's still doing this, but there was a time right around 2019, 2020, 2021 where the vinyl market was at its highest. It like
Yeah.
in the 70s, era, it ballooned upwards. The 70s and 80s, it was huge. And
Can you
then
guess why?
it went down
Mm-hmm.
for a long time. And then it just ballooned in like 2019.
Do you know why? Same reason why everything happened around 2018, 2019.
I don't know. What do you like?
People stayed home and COVID happened.
Well, I don't know if that's the case here though, because vinyl records were kind of this collector's item. They were on the rise even before COVID happened, I think.
So they were on the rise in 2017, 2016?
No, it was like 20. I'll have to look it up to see the exact year, but it was. It started having this huge rise.
I'm not surprised.
Rise.
Oh wow, poignant. Man, just be careful of them vinyls. That's
Most
all
of the
I'll say.
ones we've gotten haven't been that expensive, and they've been like from Walmart.
Yep, that's how it starts. And then you go to a vinyl store, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna spend like an hour going through like three cartons, and be like, why do I have 6 albums?
Ash says it was the
side?
Tumblr girlies getting adult money.
I hope not. I mean, like my wife is a Tumblr girly, but no, that actually tracks. No, never mind. Yeah, no,
We went
it's very
to
possible.
we went to a vinyl store before the flood that was on River Street. I think with
We
Eric.
did.
Mm.
Yeah.
We did. That was a pretty good vinyl store too, honestly. So it looks like the rise started again in. Man, it looks like around 2010.
2010.
And then it ballooned in. It really shot up right around 2019.
Yep.
Yeah. So back in the day, of course, in the 80s, it peaked at 350 million.
Yeah, no.
Vinyl
I mean, like
record
it was
sales.
the
It's
only
like
way
crazy.
to listen to
Yeah, it
music
was just
for-
an
yeah.
insane level.
Yeah.
And then it dropped to 0 million sales, essentially, all the way up until about 2010. And it's been on a exponential growth rate since then.
I believe
so
it.
now it's back up to right around 43 to 50 million sales.
People are really into analog right now. Like, I would not be surprised if you look at cassette tape sales as well, and they haven't started rising. I'm sure people are doing CDs as well. But yeah,
Did y'all know that there was a vinyl video playing device?
I hate that.
It took so long to come out that it was like too late for it,
Yeah,
but it had advantages. And when you put it in, you put the whole container in. You couldn't take the vinyl out because you're not cleaning that. You can't get dust on this thing. You had to put the
has to be
whole
vacuum
thing in
sealed.
it, and you would hear it go click, click, click. Like there'd be these loud mechanical noises of it accessing the vinyl within. And it had like much better color and stuff than some things that were out at the same time. There's a great Linus Tech Tips video if you're curious where they go over it because they got one. But eventually it starts to skip
Yeah, of
and
course.
literally like skips movie and that's terrible.
Skips an entire yeah.
Or not an entire movie, but like you
Like
just
skip
skip forward
scenes.
10 minutes, you know, and
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
wait a second.
We're like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course,
yeah.
the more you play it, eventually it's even worse and worse. No.
Jeez.
It's gonna be a no for me there,
No.
boss.
No.
So
Oh, I went to I don't know how many metalheads listen to us or anything like that, but I went to go see Loathe and Spirit Box on Saturday, and that was awesome. Loathe played some new music, so if anybody is into Loathe, they played some new stuff. It was really good. And if you guys are into like just like heavy vibey stuff, I check out Loathe.
okay.
They're
I'd
fantastic.
loathe to.
LOATHE. I'm
Yep.
wearing the hat.
A Liverpool band.
Yeah, from Liverpool.
From Liverpool.
We are Loathe from Liverpool. We appreciate the love so much.
And then what was the other one you said?
Spirit Box? Yeah.
Loathe
Funny
and
enough,
Spirit
I'm wearing the Origin shirt for that too.
Nice.
I didn't mean to do this, I promise.
The
But Spirit Box and Loathe, they're pretty good. They're heavier stuff, so like if you're not into metal, may not be for you.
Speaking of Liverpool, I watched the F1 race this weekend in Japan. I was not in Japan. It was in Japan.
It was in Japan.
It was the most unexciting, uneventful race like ever. And it was very intense, but there was like no one passed anybody. Like Hamilton passed one guy, and then someone in the back passed 2 people. That was
That's
it.
boring.
Like the whole race.
So like it's just everybody
that's
held
unfortunate.
position the entire
It's because
time.
of the track. There was no weird weather for one, and for two, it's like you basically keep the position that you started in, and it's a crazy track because the guys are doing like 5.5 Gs on a turn for like a long time, and that's after like a series of turns. So it's like really hard on them physically.
Yeah, exhausting.
Yeah,
Has to be.
I could see that.
But there's like nowhere to pass.
Okay, so it's constantly
So-
like you just trying to survive the track.
Yeah, but it's weird because it's a real track. Because that's more so what happens in a city where they have like streets with very small spaces. And that's when they really can't pass each other. So I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was funny. They have like this cool down room for the top 3 where they all sit together and they're like watching the highlights. And at the end they were like, that's it? Wow, like nothing happened. That's weird. They were all like, that's weird.
Do they do like in my head you explain this experience and I'm like, why don't they do something like a time trial based type of thing? Do they do time trial events or anything like that where it's like
Where it's just like open track and it's just like, hey, beat
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next time.
it's like
Yeah.
everybody gets 3
A
laps
go.
and their
Yeah.
best lap time is like their entry or something like that?
Well, you can't do that because in reality you have weather and wind.
Oh,
So
the variable of like reality is what you're saying.
you could win just because there was a gust of wind behind you at the right moment.
yeah,
it's that
yeah,
close.
yeah, that's pretty crazy.
You know, so they don't, but there are very interesting races like the one in Miami coming up where it's called a sprint race. And so instead of doing 3 practices on Friday, one
You do
qualifying, one race,
Yeah.
there's 2 races and only 2 practices, and they qualify for that. So those are really exciting. And they've been changing the rules and requirements for the car to make it more interesting. So that like the wind coming off of the car in front of you is less dirty. They call it dirty air, so that you have a better chance of getting close to them and having more interesting things happen. And then of
Okay.
course they have the DRS system where they just like basically gain 20 horsepower by changing the flap from downforce to no downforce. But there was only one DRS zone, and that's on the front straight for this track.
So you have to. So it. Okay. Okay.
That's
I
like
see,
the
I see,
only
I see,
place,
I see. Yeah,
and you
only
can't
time that
use
can
it
use
unless you're within 1 second of the person in front of you.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. But then like
Okay.
a track that they were at in Australia has 4 DRS zones.
And so they're flying
they're
in Australia.
yeah, there's passing going all over the place. So
That's sick.
Yeah,
yeah.
that definitely it sounds far more interesting at least.
The most interesting thing was though, Red Bull, oh my god, they're crazy. They had a rookie as one of their new drivers next to the world champ, Max Verstappen. He didn't do well in the first 2 races, so they kicked him out, put him in the junior, not the junior team, but like the Racing Bulls team, which is like where they test people out, and they promoted Yuki, the like only Japanese driver. And he was doing so well until he screwed up in qualifying. And he's the guy that passed 2 people. But he was still ended up in like 12th because he was so far back.
He was behind.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow. You know what's even cooler than that though? The premise of this episode.
Yeah.
it's wiki time. So everybody will kind of remember, if you've been keeping up with the podcast, that at the end of last year, I was able to go to India and get a bunch of different whiskeys, particularly from the Paul John Distillery. And as it is a special episode, it is the 50th episode of the Taphaven podcast. We had to do something special. So today, the boys will finally be able to try
PJs.
some of the... Yes, we will get to try PJs. And if I had known
wish it was in my
early enough
PJs.
that was what we were going to do, we could have worn pajamas.
Oh.
I think like
We did.
literally I literally got PJs for my birthday, and they're all dirty, I think. But I got these what is it called? MeUndies PJs that are like short
Yeah,
sleeves and
buddy.
short shorts with pockets. Oh my god, dude. So good.
Nice.
So good. Look, my wife got me MeUndies PJs a long time ago. They're long sleeves, long pants, no pockets except for on your little one chest. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with my phone?
No, shut up.
The-
Shut up. Just shut up.
Bad
No,
design.
Absolutely. No.
All right, so which one are we?
I'm not even gonna humor it.
So we have 3 separate whiskeys today, and I'll kind of show all of them and tell you what's going on here. So we're only doing special editions, by the way. So these are extremely hard to find Paul John whiskeys. Paul John is pretty difficult to find in the U.S. anyways. They don't export a lot of things, and typically they only export to like Europe and Scotland and things like that.
People close enough for them, you know.
Yeah. So we have today the 2023 Paul John Christmas edition. This was a special release. This is a single malt whiskey. It is in ex-bourbon unpeated.
Ex-bourbon.
Ex-bourbon casks. Unpeated.
Oh, I see.
Finished in a single vintage Colheita Tawny Port cask.
What's a Colheita?
So
That's
we'll
a
have to look
lot.
that up because I can't remember off the top of my head.
That's a lot going
All right,
on.
all right.
Bud.
So
Next.
yes, there's a lot going on with all of these whiskeys, to be fair, because they are the special edition whiskeys.
Okay.
So they aren't your average run of the mill.
How are we gonna cleanse our palate between these? Because I feel like there's a lot going on, and in order for us to actually know
More
what the fuck-
whiskey.
More
I
whiskey.
see.
That's the trick. That's the trick.
Uh-huh,
So
I see.
the second one is 2024 Christmas edition.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for every Christmas, Paul John likes to release something new, and each one of them is very interesting. This one is aged. It's a single malt whiskey aged in Caribbean rum
Okay.
and American virgin oak casks.
Okay. Virgin oak.
Yes.
Because you know it's woody.
Yes. So this one's gonna get that wood. It's gonna get that rum, those sugar flavors. Very interesting.
But where's the rum gone?
Where's the
There's
rum?
no that's the thing though. There's no rum actually in the
Where's
whiskey.
the rum?
And then finally,
There's not.
every year, in addition to their Christmas edition, they release what they consider to be the pinnacle of their whiskey that year. And for 2024, that was the Mitana.
Okay.
And this is an Indian single malt whiskey. And every single one of these, by the way, me and my stepdad really enjoyed reading some of the descriptions. I feel like India decided to, how you see some of those videos and you're like, they can't possibly go crazier and harder than this, can they? And that's what reading these descriptions sound like. So let me give you a little bit of this
You're 5 years old.
wonderfulness. Mitana by Paul John of the Paul John Zodiac series is named after the Indian counterpart of the zodiac sign Gemini. Sophisticated aromas of licorice with gentle beeswax
Gentle
Lead-
beeswax.
lead to a luxuriant delivery of Olmo honey on crisp toast.
Crisp taste.
Are these like bees that
Tinder-
don't sting or something? Like, they just
I-
tickle?
Yeah, it's gentle honey, man.
I don't think anybody knows what these bees do. But this person looked it up, that's for sure. Tender notes of vanilla, chewy flavors of coffee mocha, orange peel, with delicate spice float on active tannins.
I don't believe it at this point, Eric.
Well-
I don't believe it. You've already gone
Well-
too far.
While gentle oils
No.
enjoy gist
No.
of dark cocoa tones.
No.
Nat, I'm not halfway done yet. The finish is gratifyingly long, complex,
That's what she said.
with
That is
multi-toned,
definitely what she said.
Multi-tone.
with
what?
multi-toned sugars and delicate honeys.
Delicate, dude. They really like that soft, delicate
Hey,
stuff.
hey, they love it. They love it. Renowned for contradictive strengths,
Ooh.
the characteristics of Gemini are epitomized by this Indian single malt as mesmerizing layers of austere, dry tannins are challenged
Okay.
in equal measure by resplendent sugars and mocha on delicate oils.
Splendid sugars. Wow.
Big, beautiful, and always measured by balance.
Whoa! There's the last B.
Let me just say,
You know what my bottle says? Mitna.
Now that was just the Mitana. I want to say,
Oh my God.
one day I'll create a YouTube short for everybody of me with just. It'll be like those wonderful Windows 10 backgrounds where the grass is just, the scene from what's it called? The Gladiator where he's rubbing his hand along the grass.
Yeah.
I'm just going to show that with me reading off the other two from the other two whiskeys because they are just as hard.
Just as nutty. Let's go.
Nutty.
Okay, where do we start with this freaking melange?
I think we go in order. So I think we start with the 2023. We
Okay.
move to the 2024.
Okay.
And then we finish with what they consider to be the prime example of whiskey from their distillery. Now,
Okay.
I will say, I love Paul John. I actually have another one, but I've been debating not even covering it on the podcast for a number of reasons. One, I don't think they deserve the extra eyes on them. I don't really support the guy who runs it. And the guy who runs it is kind of scummy, and I just don't know if it's worth us even going over it.
Fair.
So, and we can talk a little bit about that, and we can bash them on the podcast. I'm 100% down for that.
Okay, cool.
But so these are all single malt whiskeys. Let's stick our
Let's start
nose
with the
into
23 there, boys.
in this wonderful thing. Now, if you remember correctly, Indian whiskeys all have to be under a certain proof, and that's about 48%, 50%. You legally can't have an Indian whiskey above that, which is why you're only able to get the cask strength if you go to the distillery and they bring you into the basement and secretly give it to you. Which, by the way,
they
was
do
the
not
best
do.
experience
Which they do
ever,
not do.
if it existed.
If it existed.
Oh,
So this one
very
smells
leggy.
immensely of apples.
yeah, I get, dude, 100%. I get apples, a little bit of banana almost.
Brown sugar in there.
Like I get like a banana funkiness, almost like you might get from
Whoa.
You know I hate banana, right?
I don't like banana either. I'm just kind of going off what it is.
That's right.
So I changed the position I was smelling it in, and it got like apple cinnamon oatmeal.
Ooh, I could see that.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it,
does
has
have a
like an
breakfasty
apple
kind of feel to
cinnamon
it.
breakfasty type of thing. So this is the one that is aged in ex-bourbon ex-bourbon casks, unpeated, finished in single vintage Colheita tawny port casks. So we should
Tawny port. Okay.
Yeah, so
it
we're gonna
explains,
get some
a lot
sweetness.
of sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of sugar notes on this.
Well, friends,
Is it time?
cheers to
One of
episode 50,
three.
to one of three. Oh,
First.
let's get those cheers emotes in.
Cheers.
All right.
Spices.
Mm-hmm.
Spices, apple. I get the
That's a single
oatmeal
malt.
again. You
single
get the maltiness for,
For
sure. You get the single malt in there, but it's kind of cinnamon apple spicy.
It's got a funk at the top.
It does have a funk.
Like they say unpeated. I taste peat.
I think what you're actually tasting is malt, but
Yeah,
I don't
it's that-
know
yeah.
that you've had whiskeys that only have peat that don't have malt. Do you see what I'm saying?
They don't
Like,
have, I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
Like-
I have connotated the fact that peat is supposed to taste this way with the fact that it's also peat and malted.
yes.
Peated and
So
malted.
now that you have something that is only malt flavor,
You're like, oh, this tastes like peat.
yeah.
Ew.
But peat is
That's what she
definitely a
said.
different thing.
Life is like a bottle of bourbon.
Life's like a bottle of peat, and I just like peat, you know.
Never know how much peat you're gonna
You
get.
never know how much peat you're gonna get. You want to keep on going, brother.
Bubba,
Man.
Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs.
Understand.
There it is.
So
Okay.
So yeah, I'm curious what y'all think. Like, obviously, I have talked about some of these whiskeys and my experiences at the Paul John Distillery. But what is it?
I see what you mean. I see what you mean, like where the experience is kind of based around the strength of this whiskey. Like, flavors are good. Like, I don't hate it. It's also like that thing where we already know, between me and Anthony at least, with outside of just like all three of us, like ABV is very important for us. That being said, even with the low ABV, this is tasty. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm wondering if if this is the only note though, if that makes any sense. Like, there's spice and it's sweet.
And malty.
And malty.
I think so. I think another lens to look at it through is the fact that, and the way that I see it, if you like single malts, this is a very tasty single malt,
It's a very tasty single malt. Yeah.
and they just do a solid job. And there are a lot of single malts that I do not like.
It's not
And
malty
these
enough.
I could see that. It definitely is not as malty as some of the other single malts we've had, or a lot of single malts in general. This one is very
I kinda
subdued.
love it. I kind of love it, you know? Like, on that initial just like mouth taste and then like swallowing down, it's not kicking you in the teeth. It's got flavors. It's got lasting power for being the ABV it is. Like, I still have the flavor in my mouth. I'm guessing that's the oiliness of the spirit, but it's just balanced very well. Like, I don't have to grimace my way through it like some of the whiskeys that we have had, where I'm like, all right, let's go ahead.
How does that work? How
Sorry,
did that work?
I just blew Eric's mind a little bit.
How did
He's
Did
not
you
a,
black and white his
did it-
emoji?
he's not a Twitch power user.
That's crazy.
Did
I
you
didn't
go
know
in
that was a
and-
thing.
Did you change the CSS of it?
I mean, if I told you my ways,
Shut up, Anthony.
The
Shut up. How dare you? If,
Like,
if you're not gonna tell me, then just say you're not gonna tell me. Don't
Like, I
tell me a
mean,
story.
check this
tell me
one
that
out.
you're not gonna do it.
this one's got
Sick.
sunglasses.
Sick.
That's
Love
crazy.
Now, if you're not gonna tell me, get it out of my face.
All right, bye. Good podcast. I'm out of here.
Like baby.
That's cool though. Wow.
How do you feel about this, Anthony?
I feel like it has a lot of good mouthfeel, which is interesting. It smells really good. There isn't a whole lot of flavor. It doesn't taste like it smells to me. It doesn't have terrible flavor,
Okay.
but it doesn't have, I don't know. There's nothing sweet, even though it smells sweet. But it does this like tingly thing with the sides of the tongue, and then after you are done like swishing, it transitions to like the top, and it kind of burns, even though it's not obviously not that strong. So yeah, I mean, I like it. I'm gonna try it again, see how it goes.
Is this your? Oh Jesus! Is this your second time or third time? Fourth time. Okay, good. Okay, good. I
I'm
can
gonna-
see. I can see what you mean.
So
But
before because we'll do it all at the end. Let's put our nose deep into number 2.
oh shit! All right, let's go.
Uh-oh. I finished off the first one. I'm going to have to
You
refresh
same
it.
did. So did I. Oh no! Oh, this one's different.
So
Very.
this one obviously is finished in Caribbean rum
I
cask
get that.
Where's the
and
rum?
American virgin oak cask.
You get some coconut off the
Immediately,
top of that.
immediately on the nose, I get something more akin to. I'm gonna say instead of coconut, I get more of this cashew.
You're getting
nut.
a nut.
Yeah, like a cashew nut, not a cashew, a cashew nut. It's part of like the coconut family, and they're in India.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see what you mean. Okay.
yeah. It's a slight different, but this almost has a
There's a smooth nuttiness to it.
yeah.
Eric might have just gotten his first bits, unless they didn't go to him.
Incredible.
Oh, my
Apparently,
first bits.
You can gigantify an emote with bits.
Oh, I didn't show up in
Oh,
my
I
share
see
chat.
that
We-
you did.
we can
However,
only-
you gave me bits the first time,
Oh
the
crap!
first day.
I did
So
do
you
that.
are the first and
No
second
longer
bidder.
special.
You can only see the gigantified emote in your chat, though. I think.
Interesting. I see it. No, I see it in the shared chat. I think that I have.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I think.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, I don't see a giant though.
Yeah, it's not. It's not
Mhm.
gigantified.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, mine isn't either.
I
paid
see
for that.
it, but it's not big.
I can't believe I paid for that.
That's
Okay. After coming back to it, now that we've investigated the jumbo emoji,
Yeah.
I'm getting into like the guts of this one, and I'm seeing a pattern. I'm connecting the dots between the single maltedness because I found them.
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
Yeah, once you get the single malt in your head, it's hard to get out. Like there's a
Yeah,
malty
yeah. I
flavor.
wish it's like it's the M hole. Like you can have or something like that. You know?
They're both
You
pretty
know?
oily. This one's a bit more
Yeah.
oily.
Yeah. How do
That-
you know it's oilier?
I can.
So-
it's stuck on my tongue.
Oh,
So
you
yeah,
already
you can
drank
either
it?
feel it.
I saw Eric
or-
drink it.
Oh
Yeah.
God, guys!
So let
I
me see if
know.
I can get this zoomed in so that you can actually see. I got to cover my eyes, I think. So do you see on the glass? Oh, come on. There's like oil like sticking to the glass here almost.
Guys,
Oh
that
my
one,
gosh.
that one fucks.
Dude, this one has that typical rum flavor kind of mixed in.
This one's good.
I almost followed up on you, but I was like, wait, that's our one, right? You get
Yeah, that's
one?
our one.
You
Yeah, I
get
can't say it
one?
again. Nope, that's it.
We get one.
It's
You
fine.
get one.
We get one.
You almost
We
set
are
me
the
off.
diehard guys. So we gotta keep that
Gotta keep it down.
PG-13
Gotta
rating.
keep it down. All right, kids, go to bed.
Yep. This is
Yeah.
after dark.
Oh man, and even after the drink, now it smells great. Oh my gosh, this is the ex bourbon, right?
So no, this is the first one was the ex bourbon.
Yo,
This
one
is the
smells like
Caribbean
ex-bourbon.
rum and
Yeah.
American vintage oak casks. Virgin oak casks. So that means it's using white American oak, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not it wasn't used for anything else. It wasn't used for a bourbon. It wasn't used for anything. It's just virgin oak, unused.
Are you telling me that this will turn me into a pirate and help me slay vampires?
Yes.
Well,
that
actually,
is exactly what I'm saying.
Not just any vampires, but the originals. Isn't that right? It has to be a white oak stake
Was it a white oak
to
steak?
kill the originals. It was a white tree. That's all I know.
I can't remember. In
like
my
white
head,
wood.
I'm mixing up two scenes. I'm mixing up the scene in the originals where that is the case, and the scene where they use what I think was American white oak
Yeah.
to kill the trickster in Supernatural.
Oh yeah, it's actually killing there because in the originals it's a stun. They just go to sleep. You can't actually kill those, like, ever.
Well, in Supernatural, it wasn't actually a trickster, and it
was
didn't kill him either.
Wait, isn't he the angel?
Yeah.
Frickin'
Yep.
jerk.
Yep.
Freaking jerk.
So like imagine this. I'm going to this distillery and I'm trying these whiskeys and this is what I'm trying. And then they say, "Follow me to the basement." Like, I kid you not. This is like the Goo Goo Gaga version of
The Goo Goo Gaga.
of the eloquent PhD paper that they
in the
can't
basement.
sell that sits in their basement.
Oh man.
This is why we should buy a barrel for Taphaven.
I would buy a barrel of that one.
Does that
one's
mean
really good.
in the basement they keep Lady Gaga?
dude?
Maybe. In
Bro.
a barrel. So
It's too soon. She just dropped some new heat. You can't.
Oh, she did? I didn't know.
No, it's a great single. I forget what
You
it's
know what
called
is a
right
great
now.
single? Itty Bitty. Go listen to Itty Bitty by Ashnika.
Ashnika. Okay,
Nika.
putting it on the list here.
Itty Bitty. Oh man,
Itty
it is
bitty
better than it should be.
Nika.
Okay.
It is a bop.
I got it pulled up so I can listen
Itty
to it
bitty.
after the
Itty
podcast.
bitty Ashnik.
Do you see the cover art, Eric?
I do see the cover art.
It's hilarious. You'll understand once you listen to it.
Okay. I do see the cover art.
We've been
So-
listening to
Alright.
it nonstop.
Now,
Very well.
those two are their fund releases for the year.
Fun. Okay.
The next one is the release that they bring to the competition.
Oh.
If you can see it, the box actually has it. They ended up winning four medals for this one. They got the third finest whiskey of 2021 by the Whiskey Bible at 97 points. They won a double gold at the World Spirits Competition. They got a gold medal at the Spirit Selection in 2021. And they were the gold winner at the 2021 New York International Spirits Competition with 94 points.
Y'all,
So,
this is a first for me.
what?
I have never seen, I don't know if you'll get it on camera, a bourbon or a whiskey have actual tears.
Oh yeah, no, they fully like developed into like round little drops.
And they
then
dropped
as they fell-
singularly.
Yeah.
And they weren't even dropping right away. At first, it was just like,
Yeah, it
Tearing up.
does like a dotted line type of thing.
Yeah.
I wonder if
It's
you can get that on
weeping.
the
It's
camera.
actually weeping.
Oh, a little bit. Oh man, it was there for like a second.
Oh, I smelled it.
So again,
Yeah,
typical single malt.
honey.
Now, let me see if I can find it. I know it. I know they told me, and
it's
I
very
have it
good.
written down somewhere.
Not
They
coffee.
have.
You guys are trying too hard. Smell it.
Let's see. Oh, me had to smell it.
I feel like I get apple again.
Apple?
You don't smell apple?
Apple? Take a cleanser, bro.
Take a cleanser. Do a barrel roll.
Take a cleanser and get your nose in there. That went into the wrong hole. You got to put that in your nostrils.
I thought about it.
I know you did. Get yourself a neti pot action. Just be like,
So
I've never done that, and I'm afraid.
me too.
I'm
I've never
gonna-
done it either.
I'm going to be real, and this might just be this subliminal messaging that they have done. I smell honeycomb.
I get honey as well.
Yeah, I get the honeycomb, and I get a little bit of mocha, like a chocolatey coffee type of nose.
I think the chocolate's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, no chocolate.
Oh wait, no. Hold on.
I get that. I get like a mocha.
I'm
type
getting
of
like
thing.
an apple cinnamon Pop-Tart again.
I think you're fucked, man. Dang it! I said it again. Oh no!
We've
Oh,
been
man.
we've been
Demonetized.
demonetized.
Oh,
We've been
no!
banned.
Our channel's done.
We just got
It's
shadow
over.
banned.
YouTube
blame
is done.
Anthony. Blame
We're never gonna get
Anthony.
any
I
more
didn't
views.
mean it. I didn't mean it. I
We
take
might as
it
well
back.
pack up now. Episode 50, last episode of the podcast.
Oh, the cops are here. Oh no.
Oh my god.
He's the worst. Exactly.
He's the worst. Oh, it's
Sketch
Tony!
flick. Tony in the house. Let's go.
Oh my god. Tony.
Boo this man!
Boo him. Get him out of here. Get him out.
The original, the prototype is here.
Tony, how's the pink? How are the cherry blossoms doing? Tell me you get to see them like every day. Please.
Is it
that's
cherry?
so
Yeah,
dope.
no,
It
is
is
the season, right?
It's cherry blossom
Yeah.
season. In Formula One, there was a car that repainted it just to show cherry blossoms. It was the Haas one, like the only American team. Yeah.
We're gonna have to get you on the show one time, Tony.
Dude, heck yes.
Yeah, do
we
some
gotta get
Japanese
Tony
whiskey.
on the show. Yeah, we'll have to do a Japanese whiskey
Yeah,
and get him on the show.
for sure. We'll have to figure it out. He's only free at certain times, though. He's on a strict schedule.
Like
he's
right
actually
now.
He's doing real good, though, guys.
Hey, let's
There's
go.
some good stuff coming down the pipe for Sketch Flick. So be
Yeah, yeah,
open to it if you are a creative who is interested in drawing
Heck
or doing
yes.
any form of writing. If you're trying to figure out a way to make a living doing your creative art, for those who are young and trying to figure it out, he's a huge resource of information. So
Nice.
follow Sketchflix if you can, at Sketchflix on YouTube, Sketchflix.
Yep,
And
I didn't have him on the stuff. I just did all the follows. Let's go.
We're getting some secret news.
He got some secret news. Oh, I think he might be.
Dude,
is he,
dude.
what?
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. I
Hold
already
Hold on.
hone in, lock in.
Lock the F in.
I was
do we-
about to say.
How do we make him a VIP?
Anime Matsuri.
Anime Matsuri.
Wait, what?
What?
Are you coming down to America for
Yuka.
Anime Matsuri? No. Is she coming through?
Do
Oh,
explain. Do tell.
Guest. Oh, yeah.
In Texas?
yeah, it's in
Yes,
Houston, right?
Dude, hell yeah. I'll be there. Fuck yeah.
Wait. What
Hell
day is
yeah,
that?
dude.
July 11th.
That's so sick. Yeah, boy.
July
get over
11th.
here and get this Texas loving. Working on the
Really?
negotiations right now.
Let's go.
Let's
Oh, yeah.
go. Do
She's
you know what
not-
she's showing up for?
She's not even on the list yet.
Yeah, not yet. So
What?
secret news. Don't tell nobody.
Don't tell anybody.
But no.
Oh, wait, that's 2024.
Oh, California. Okay. Yeah. Oh, sick. That's so
California.
awesome. Fingers crossed.
Oh, dude, that'll be
crossed.
so hype.
Anyway, we were talking about whiskey before he showed up. Penny is stock. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah,
So,
we'll
yeah.
have to go ahead and do a whiskey tasting with Tony at some point in time.
Dude, heck yes.
Oh,
I
have we
am
drank
ready.
this yet?
I haven't. Let's go.
Okay, Anthony, post up, break bread.
Smells different. Panty and stocking. Hey, Sketchflix. Highly recommend listening to Itty Bitty by Ashnika. You won't regret.
You won't regret.
It's a bop. It's a bop.
Okay.
Oh,
I
No.
wanted this to be more than it was.
really?
Yeah. I wanted this to be more than it was.
So, I can give my little bit of bias. I actually like this one the best, but I am prone to darker flavors. So I love the darker, almost raisin type of flavors that this one really leans hard into.
This one's powerful. Like an
It is
insane amount of mouthfeel or tongue feel.
Yeah, I agree. And no, go ahead.
I was gonna say though, as y'all know, ever since I started playing Marvel Rivals, I've made like the tip of my tongue numb. So
Oh, you know what? Second run was good. I had to clean my palate.
Ah, okay. I
Second one
also
was good. Yeah.
I love. I don't know. So this feeling, it happens for a few different whiskeys for me, but it like explodes outward in how your mouth gets tingly. So when I drink it, it's almost like it starts at the tip of the tongue like, and then explodes outwards in a circle.
That's
and
what we
your
call
mouth
juicy
becomes-
there, buddy.
Yeah, dude, it's like
Yeah,
it's got some juice
when
to
I,
it.
When I say juicy, that's what I mean. It's
Gotcha.
whenever it turns my mouth into a blueberry.
I feel like the commonality for these with me is the mouthfeel. They are limited to 48%, yet they all have,
So they have
a lot of
they have to
mouthfeel.
flex that,
Dude,
Yeah.
and they kill it. They kill the mouthfeel on all of these whiskeys. Like, I will say that was something that was consistent across the board. I tried, guys, I drank a lot of whiskey that day, but I think I tried close
believe it.
to 14 different Paul John whiskeys that day. And every single one of them had a few consistent things. They all nailed the malt flavor. Every single one of them kept true because that's what he wanted. His Paul John's view was he loved single malts. And if you don't like
I was
single
gonna
malts,
say this is probably all single malts, huh?
they're all single malts, and you might not be a single malt person, and that's okay. This ain't gonna be your whiskey probably. They're tasty, but they taste like single malts.
I could see somebody being about it though, because I don't love single malts. But go ahead, continue.
I
Sorry,
could
keep
too,
going,
but
keep
some
going.
people are like, no, I don't like single malt. But every single one of them was consistent. The malt flavor was solid. Then every single one of them coated your mouth and had a great mouth feel. And every single one of them gave you some tingle, even at a fairly low ABV, and they hit above their weight class.
How do they do that?
So I'll tell you what. So I talked to the guy for a few hours, and I'll tell you what his marketing answer was to me. And I don't think this is the case, and I think I may have said it on the podcast previously, because every whiskey, when it's inside of a barrel, breathes inside of the barrel. Essentially, it evaporates, it seeps into the wood, and pulls back in based on the heat and temperature and humidity. In India, where they're at, they are in a super warm, tropical, humid climate. And so their marketing answer is that the whiskey there breathes into the wood so much more than other places in the world. So when you put the whiskey in, it's traveling through that wood. They said that something like a 4 to 5 year whiskey is more akin in taste for them to a 10 to 15 year whiskey. And that's how they get those complexities, is by getting that timing right and not overaging it or underaging it and finding those sweet spots.
There's no such thing as overaging it, but okay.
So funnily enough, we haven't had, and I've actually been meaning to do this for a while on the podcast and I haven't done it. We have yet to have a whiskey that was bad because it was overaged.
Oh.
But overaging does exist. There are things that happen when you get to a certain age, and different whiskeys taste different at different ages. So that age is different for every whiskey depending on the climate and the style of whiskey. So bourbons, for example, people oftentimes, they've done blind studies and things like that. Bourbons tend to taste best from year 7 to 22.
That's a big window, but I get you.
It's a big window, but almost every bourbon that you have that's
It's
aged
between
longer
those
than
years.
22 years. For example, a lot of people like the 20-year Pappy Van Winkle, but the 25-year Pappy Van Winkle almost exclusively is disliked by the same people that love the 20-year.
I mean,
And
what's the
the-
price tag on a 25 though?
The 25-year ends up costing way more. But at the same time, there are whiskeys you can get that are older that aren't that expensive, but have the same comparison and same blind
Yearly,
tastings done on them,
age. Gotcha.
right? And people are like, dude, that one just isn't as good as the 18-year.
Because it's a bourbon and it's old. It's
Yeah.
out of its age range.
Yes.
Gotcha.
There are sweet spots, essentially. And so now, for better or for worse, we just haven't had one. The older whiskeys that I've tried with y'all, that I've brought onto the podcast, have been ones that were aged meticulously. They were perfect aged. But at some point, I would love to get a whiskey that has been overaged and just isn't good to kind of show you what happens to the flavor.
So it tastes bad.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. I wonder what that is like. I wonder if it's like a souring or something. Don't explain it. I want to
Okay.
experience it.
Yeah. That's entirely fair.
I don't want. Yeah.
So now I'm going to go through and just take another little look-see through the basket.
I already know what my favorites are. I'm ready to go. I'm suited and booted.
Yeah.
I already have them like set up on my table right here. Right. That. Yep.
Yep. That's the one.
Yep.
Oh man, coming back to that Mitana and smelling it after the other two. Oh my goodness.
Sugar. Which one is it? This one? Yeah, this is the Mitana.
Yeah.
And empty bourbon glasses
Not
did not age well. Huh?
lead the charge into the frontier.
Forward, my brothers. Okay.
Paul John, 2023. How do you feel?
It's my least out of the three.
Your least.
It's my least out of the three.
What would you rate
It had some really interesting notes. I would give it a 3.5 because I can definitely see the flavor palette's good. Like it's not like it's bad. It's just like I really wish that it kicked harder. And for the flavor palette that it was giving me, it's just like it's not my thing. You know, I wanted something that was a little bit more sweeter, but also more complex in terms of the interpretation. I know whenever I first talked about it, I was saying that is this it? I get the three things, right? So I forget what the three things I said though. It was I think it was apple, banana, like brown sugar or something like that. There's a little bit of spice in there, and that was it. So anyway, that's a 3.5. I would give the next one, which
Daily
is
drinker? Daily? Wait, whoa,
no,
whoa, whoa.
not a daily drinker.
Not a daily
No,
drinker?
Not a daily. No.
And what would you pay for this whiskey?
I would pay $30 for this.
Okay.
Yeah. The next one immediately after is the Mitana, and I feel like the Mitana is a 5. I feel like it is the bar standard for what I feel like a single malt should bring to the table in terms of just complexity. Honestly, I'm very tempted to rank it even higher. But it's the strength thing. That's the only thing that's holding it back at that point. Like it has the flavor, it has the dimensionality. It's dimensionality? That's not a word. Anyway, there's dimension to it enough to like make me feel as if it's a good quality experience. So give that a 5. It's daily drinker. I would pay $60 for that. And then
so 5 daily drinker.
5 daily drinker, $60.
$60. Okay.
And then the PJ 2024 is a 5.5 to a 6. Yeah, no need to cover. 5.5, just like by the barest amount, just because like I feel like my Jamaican heritage just absolutely requires it.
The Caribbean came out.
Yeah, like it was just like immediately I smelled it and I was like, oh, this is better. Oh man, it's so good. But yeah, no, I was very happy with the PJ 2024. I would daily drink this. I would pay $80 for this. It would hurt me. I would rather pay $60 for this, but I would pay up to 80.
Up to 80.
Yeah, I would pay up to 80 for this. It was really tasty. I enjoyed it a lot. The only thing that's holding it back, just like all the rest of these things, is punch. If this thing kicked like a Frey Ranch or something like that, I would like Frey Ranch would have some really hard opposition for like in my book. Because
Gotcha.
PJ would be talking some mad squat stuff on my shelf, like, "Hey man, that bottle's looking awfully empty. I've been restocked 5 times."
That's fair. That's fair.
So yeah, that's how I feel.
Anthony, Give it to us. Give it to us straight. Which ones?
Mm,
What ratings? What
we go.
prices?
Here we go.
This one's really hard for me because my tongue is numb.
Yeah. Yeah. He's been playing too much Marvel Rivals, and now he's all sorts of jacked up.
So, the PJ 2023 smelled really good with the apple, and then has pretty impressive mouthfeel for what it is. Not much flavor, and I didn't taste the malt. So, but I still, based on how interesting it was, want to give it like a 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd give it like a 4 and pay $40. I think.
Daily drinker?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
That's not convincing.
Well, let me taste it.
That's not. I don't believe
He's like,
that.
I don't believe that. Anthony's the one that is increasingly, the minute we were like, the daily drinker just means like you would drink it every day if that's what you had. The minute we made that change, he was like, oh yeah, I drink all of these every day.
Basically, yeah.
I'm like, Anthony, you're full of shit. There's no way.
I used to drink Woodfords every day.
I know that,
Woodfords.
and we love you for that. But at the same time, there has to be a line, okay? There has to be a line for your daily. If it was between this and a Frey Ranch, would you take this for a daily? For a daily?
That's a different question, man.
Oh, it is the same question.
You're asking if I drink it daily is not the same as would I drink it over Frey Ranch? My favorite.
Would you drink a Frey Ranch daily?
Of course I would drink a Frey Ranch daily.
So if you had a glass of Frey Ranch and you had a glass of this PJ, would you drink the PJ?
No. But
then it's not a daily drinker.
But if I ran out of Frey Ranch.
Oh my fucking God.
So 2023, we got 4 yes and 40. 2024.
2024 is my favorite.
Yeah, boy. That's right.
It goes from
we're back
being like really sweet and complicated in the flavor while you're swishing it. And you're just like, oh, this is great. I could do this forever. And then you swallow it and suddenly it's fire.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa.
Where were you?
Yeah.
It's spicy. It's a spicy. Yeah.
And
I think that's really cool.
It is really cool.
Rating.
I feel like the 2024 is like a 7.
A 7.
There we go.
Okay.
Hey. Nice.
Okay, Anthony.
Daily drinker. Yes.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
And then
I respect
what would you
that.
pay for it? What would you pay for it?
69.
I don't respect that.
Nice.
I don't respect that at all.
Nice. We got the nice price.
Nice.
Now, the Matuna,
Yeah.
which I kind of want to call it like Mufasa.
Bro,
Awesome.
When I look at it.
That's not.
Sorry.
that's not.
The Mufasa.
That's not above board.
the Mithana.
As the respective ethnic person in this chat.
Wait, I'm talking
Talk
about
about that.
Lion King. What are you talking about? I'm talking about Lion King.
You took you took a Mithana, you took a name that started with an M that was obviously from like an ethnic background and then obfuscated it to something that is of pop culture that you know.
That's not what happened.
Which is also
That's not what happened. What happened was dyslexia, and I can't read. Okay, so you are actually offending me by saying that I'm offending. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. Anyway, the Mufasa, as you were saying.
The Mufasa.
The Mufasa.
That is the one that I actually taste the most malt in, which is interesting.
Really?
Yeah, and so that's, the others I didn't really notice maltiness, but Mitana, I've got some malt going on. I think the Mitana is only like a 5 out of 10 for me though.
I hear that.
I don't know. There's maybe my palate's not refined enough.
I don't
Something.
think that's a refinement
Or
issue
it's
there,
just
bud.
they picked wrong.
I think it's a skill diff,
Skill
honestly.
diff. Yeah, I don't know. This one's not my
no,
favorite.
sorry, a proof diff. There it is.
Proof diff, yeah.
No, yeah.
But I mean, this one did smell really good. But honestly, like, smell is maybe 10% for me. 90% of it comes after the smell.
Fair.
Oh man.
I think that's fair, except for the swamp whiskey that we had like
Bro,
20 episodes ago, because that one
that took up
us.
70% of everything. Like, I don't care if like you taste like gold. If your nose smells like petrol, I'm gonna have an issue, dude.
Yeah, that was rough.
Though it is really cool that this is the first one that I've seen do like actual tears.
That was really cool.
That is cool. So
Novelty is
daily
novelty
drinker.
aside.
I'm guessing still yes. Okay. And what would you pay for the Mitina?
You know, I just went back to it, and it tastes kind of better than it did before.
Oh no,
Yes,
Anthony!
let's go. Press that elevator button. We're going up.
But the aftertaste is kind of harsh.
Oh, then we're back down. Look at that. He
Yeah.
pressed all the buttons. He's that
Ding.
kid in the elevator.
It's kind of like having a conversation with somebody and they're like really impressing you with the meat of the conversation. And then right at the end, they ruin it. And you're like, I never want to talk to them again.
Ooh.
And you forget.
Ooh.
You forget the whole story they told. You're just like, what is wrong with you? Why'd you say that? Why would you say that?
They're like, oh, and by the way, the lunar landing was fake. And you're like, dude,
What?
What?
There, I think there's a movie about that that's, by the way, incredible.
We were gonna hang out. Like, what? Why?
I know.
Why did you do this?
What was that movie? Did y'all see that movie? Did y'all see Fly Me to the Moon?
I did not.
It is incredible. It is so good.
Fly me to the.
It is. It shows NASA preparing for the moon landing using a television camera.
That's funny.
It's like, you know what? Even just to flip this, as he's doing this, perfect comparison. At the very end of the conversation, be like, hey, and don't believe what those round earthers are telling you. We all know the truth, right?
We know the truth.
The
Garbage.
So
the Earth is actually consisting of multiple like Earth-sized Earths that are surrounded by ice like walls.
Oh yeah.
And it feels flat
Yeah.
because of how big it is.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It is actually a sphere, but there's like a million other Earths
on the same
on
Earth. On the same planet. Yeah.
all
yeah.
surrounded in ice.
On the back of a turtle. Exactly. That's also on the back of three
a
elephants.
lion turtle.
Yes.
A lion turtle. Yes.
But eventually it is, a turtle again.
Yes. A turtle again.
Yeah. It started as a
it
turtle, then it was a
stacks.
lion turtle, but now it's a turtle again.
No
Yes,
joke,
and
y'all.
Yeah.
Into eternity.
No joke, y'all. Did y'all know that there are some genetically engineered rats that have mammoth fur?
That's crazy.
I'm so not surprised.
Also,
I'm so not surprised.
on the same vein, we actually have 3 dire wolves in existence now.
That's crazy.
I'm so not surprised.
2 of them are like 6 months old, 80 pounds apiece, and 2
6
brothers.
months and 80 pounds.
6 months. Yeah, they're gonna get up to like 6 feet long, 150 pounds. And one of them is the girl, and she's like
She's
a
gonna
month.
get
She's like 2 months old. The
I wonder what
crazy
their
thing
paws
is,
are like. I bet they're as big as my
dude, they
face
look so
already.
cool. The crazy thing is the boys, they have like a mane of sorts. Like when
Yeah,
you
of
see their
course they
neck,
do.
it's not
Yeah.
like a normal wolf. It's like almost lion-esque, but they're still pure white. Like but it's different.
Anthony,
Crazy.
I'm gonna tell you something.
What would you?
Dire wolves were around during the Ice Age, bro.
They were.
So they evolved for the as much fur as possible. So
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by the mane. Rating. Get on
Rating.
on point. Get on point.
Price.
Wait, did I give a rating?
Price for the Mituna. Yes,
Stop
you gave
diving.
a rating.
What was my rating?
And I need you to get on
5.
point.
Okay,
You
that's
gave
what I was
a
gonna
5 for the
say. So
Mituna.
good, I'm
And
consistent.
then you daily drinker, but you didn't give us a price. What was the price?
$49.
49.
$49.
Not
Not
Yes.
to be
So-
confused with the 69. Heyo.
So I guess I'm going to be the odd man out here. So I'll start with the Paul John Christmas 2023. So
2023. Okay, at the bottom. Okay.
first one. This is a 4 out of 10 whiskey. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. I'm with the rest of y'all. You know.
Okay.
This is This is just a nice, pleasant, drinkable whiskey that I totally don't mind that I purchased. I would purchase it again, you know? Totally good. It wouldn't be my daily drinker, but it could be a daily drinker for many, many people. There's a lot to love about this whiskey. Price wise, I'd love to see this right around $40, right? And then we move on to 2024. Smelling the empties is so good.
Y'all are sick.
So 2024, man, they went into 2024. They turned and they said, guys,
Let me cook.
let me cook. And they went and they created something better. 2024 is just significantly better than 2023.
So
They
true.
killed it. And the guy at the distillery even said that to me. He was like,
We were on
2023
something.
was like our second Christmas release and we just got better.
Yeah.
We just do better now.
We're
And
just- we're
that's what
just
they
him
did.
now.
And
Timothy.
this is an easy 6 for me, I think. So this was just a above average whiskey and totally would be a daily drinker for me. And I totally pay up to, I think this sits at around the $80, $70 to $80 mark for me pretty easily. I would pay $70, $80 for this. I'm sad it's a Christmas release and not something that you can go out and buy regularly, but like, it's just so good.
Oh wait, spoilers! God damn.
What
No,
do
just
you
like-
mean?
No spoilers. Why would you do that?
Go buy it again?
I mean, like, you just told me that there's no way that I can.
This one will be harder to find. All three of these, unfortunately, are going to be a little bit more difficult to find.
Makes sense,
In
makes sense.
America, for sure.
Yeah.
If you're traveling to Europe, you have a shot. But your best chance of getting Paul John is actually to travel to Kerala. You will find all of these in Kerala in bulk.
Got you.
So the last one, the Mitana, this sits right around a 7 for me.
Wow, you guys really like
So-
the Midna.
I really like the Mitna. I think it's the best of the three. But like I said in my tasting, I am biased towards the darker flavor palettes. And the darker flavors of this one outweigh the lighter flavors of the other two. And that's just a personal preference thing.
Yeah.
I don't think from a technical perspective, it's better or worse than the 2024. It just happens to align with my palate more.
Yeah.
So it's just really, really nice. It's also the highest ABV one, of course.
I mean,
It's right at 50%, whereas the other ones sit a little bit below 50%.
let me smell the glass. Hold on.
So I really enjoy that one. I would totally daily drink it, and I would really like to see this one under $100
Yeah.
is where I would like to see it. Now, this is where we kind of get into the interesting monetary pricing of these whiskeys.
Oh.
If you're traveling to India, these whiskeys are super, super affordable.
Of course.
Super affordable. You go to India, you're going to get this first 2023 edition for like $35, $40. You're going to get the 2024 for like the same price. They're all the same price. You're going to get this Midna for a little bit more expensive, but it's only like 110.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Not too bad. But you go somewhere else and this shit gets expensive and hard to find because
Like
they
real
just
fast?
don't export it, right? So if you're finding this outside of India, somebody had to go find a distributor, go to India, set up a deal, ship it in, get a distributor, and then distribute that to wherever you're buying it from. And the price of all of the overhead of that shoots the price up, and you're going to be paying like 75 to $100 for each of the Christmas editions. And then probably I've seen the Mitna go all the way up to like 220,
Damn.
right? Which is just not what you want to see these at. Now, I would love to say you can get them cheaper, but you really do. Like this is one of those whiskeys where if you're an American or a European, then when you're in duty free and you're coming back from India, pick up some of these bottles because you're going to find them for an affordable, nice price. And they're going to be super cheap and they're just tasty. They're all tasty. The whole Paul John line, they're killing it. Paul John, amazing guy, does a lot of charity, does a lot of stuff, and it's just wonderful. So we did lose net. I was just trucking through, essentially. But we did lose Nat. Hopefully he'll be back in a second. But yeah, this is one of those ones when you're traveling abroad to that side of the world to like pick up a bottle of this. They are really worth it. The company does really cool things and just great pickup all around. And all of their whiskeys sit in between this. I will say again, and go back and watch the episode where I talk about India more. There's a bunch of episodes where I'm in India and I do the podcast and I talk a little bit about this. And the episode where the first episode when I was back, I think the thumbnail has like, I'm back or something like that. If you go and watch that episode, I think I go through the Paul John distillery tour that I went on. The barrel proof of all of these whiskeys are 9 out of 10. Like the stuff that they have in the barrels that they cannot sell in India because India has a hard legal limit of 50% ABV being sold on shelves. Those whiskeys in the barrel are unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. They're like 8 and 9 out of 10 whiskeys. Hopefully, the Taphaven podcast will be able to like go in, buy a barrel, and distribute it. And like, we'll be able to get some of that stuff to the States one day. But that we go to his stream is live?
Yeah, his stream is still live, but he is not.
Weird.
It is weird.
Weird.
When
Is he
he's-
in the control room?
No.
He's not even in the control room.
He's not in the control room.
Oh, it looks like he turned off his camera and mic.
He is in the control room. It does look like he turned off his camera and mic.
Maybe he's got to turn that back on.
It's a little weird.
Nat,
Can I turn it on?
that stuff back on. I
It
don't
is
think
just-
so.
It is weird.
Maybe refreshes. Maybe if he refreshes his page, he'll pop back up like a ghost in the night.
Well, is there anything else about the whiskey?
No, I think that's really it. I wanted to move on to the topic that I'm going to get flamed about
By Nat?
by both of you.
So wait, shouldn't we wait for Nat to get back?
I guess we should wait for Nat to get back.
He's disappointing as always.
He's disappointing as always.
So we could talk about his least favorite game. Oh, there he is.
He's back.
Oh,
So-
shut up!
He's risen.
I want to broach into a discussion,
Boo.
and I'm going to start this, and it's going to be like a nice sandwich. So I want you to just stay in the meats with me for a second.
Okay, give me 1 second
Yo.
while I go ahead and hate on my uncle real fast. Back with you, bastard! Continue.
So, guys, I am caught up on Severance.
Oh my god. That was quick. Congrats.
So,
How do you feel?
Season 1. Let me just start from the beginning.
Okay.
Season 1, 9.5 out of 10 show. Oh my God. Season 1 of Severance, it's unbelievable. Season 2, and I'll talk about it because last week we
Tread
talked a
carefully.
little bit about season 1.
Tread carefully.
Season 2, season 2 starts off with one of the best opening season episodes
One
of
shot.
a season ever. It is a season 2, episode 1 might be one of my favorite episodes of TV in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And the season finale of season 2, again, amazing season finale episode.
Dude, best fight scene with a girl ever.
Yeah.
They stuck the fucking landing, man. God dang it! Just bleep me in the editing. I'm so sorry.
Every other episode of season 2 was maybe a 2 out of 10 or a 1 out of 10. They
No,
were abysmal.
They
were abysmal.
Eric, get off.
Why?
No.
Oh
no.
my God.
Eric,
So-
shut up.
What are you
Shut up,
talking
Eric.
about?
No.
Season 2
No.
left me with some of the most glaring problems of TV that I felt in a long time.
Why?
Okay. No. Let's hear what he has to say, I guess.
So let me there are a bunch of issues, and I'll probably think of a lot of them as I'm talking and kind of like go ramble for a second.
Hold on. Let me go ahead and also do one more thing. Anthony, this is Anthony, who's on the stream. Anthony, who's actually part of the show. Anthony, not my uncle.
God, I'm so confused. That made it worse.
I know. I'm sorry. So I'll call you Anthony, and then I'll do Uncle Tony for Japan.
All right.
Anthony. We listen and we don't judge.
So let me the most glaring issue I'll bring up first of the style of writing that I think failed in season 2 that they just killed in season 1 really is epitomized in the reintegration of Mark S storyline. So we spend about 3 full episodes of time in season 2 about the reintegration for it to essentially do nothing to the plot, mean nothing for the plot, and give us no story beats that move the plot forward and essentially get wiped out. Now, they may go in season 3 and fix that by bringing those things back in. And I hope they do, because it will retroactively mean that those episodes were worthwhile, but they did not mean anything in the scope of season 2. Now,
I think what they meant was what he asked the question: what happens to him? Is he more of the original than?
They kind of explained that with Petey, though.
but that discussion that they have gets blown off. They don't go into depth about the reintegration. It doesn't become a talking point of that discussion. It doesn't drive Mark versus Audi Mark, their relationship forward.
Does it
because
not drive the ending?
It definitely drives the ending.
I don't think it does.
Then why do you think
because-
he didn't leave?
So here, hold up. I think the integration part, you're right. It's introduced and then they don't do anything with it after they explain what happens with Mark's wife.
So,
And that I think it was a vehicle to get to those memories, because otherwise we weren't getting that flashback. Audi Mark was never going to talk about those things because of his trauma with the entire experience. I
But
think that was the reason for the reintegration.
the thing that drives me insane about that, though, and that doesn't make sense, is that Cabal talked to them. She knows everything. She
Cobell?
knows Cobal. Sorry, not Cabal.
Cabal.
I was like, Cabal!
Cobal knows everything, and she switched sides at the end and gave them any information they needed. There was nothing from a storytelling perspective stopping her. Mufasa. Yes, that was my dyslexic moment, but it was talking dyslexia instead of reading dyslexia. So, but like, because she switched sides, she could literally give them whatever information that they needed about that. The reintegration wasn't needed for that story development.
But
The reintegration showed how far he would go to get his wife back.
the reintegration shows how far he goes. Also, they talk about reintegration in the final episode, and Cobell says what? She knows everything about the science of being an innie and
made
Audi.
it.
And
She
she
designed
made
it.
it.
She's the
and
designer.
she's aware of what's going on, but she is not aware of some of the things that are happening
But
with Mark's innie and Audi now.
so, and those are valid points. I'm not saying that they
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
like
yeah.
solve these in season 3. They're just weird because of how much time we spent on them versus how much they actually impacted. And that wouldn't be a big issue in and of itself,
Mm-hmm.
but that happened with every character this season.
It's true.
It happened
There's a
with
lot
Helly.
introduced that you're
It
just like,
happened
where's this going?
With Irving,
Yeah.
right? Irving's character
On a
line,
train somewhere.
like, here's the thing. If they don't bring Irving back, they have ruined his character, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that season 2 Irving was bad, but it was so unresolved that they have to bring Irving back. But if the actor doesn't come back, if he doesn't come back in season 3
Then
and
it's
his
gonna
storyline
tarnish
ends there,
season 2.
then it will always tarnish season 2.
Yeah.
And so that's my biggest problem. It isn't. So one of my teachers, when I went to school, said, and I went to music
1 + 1
school.
= 2. Oh,
No.
that school.
So
got it.
He used to talk about jazz theory a lot. In jazz, it sounds very different than like other styles of music because one of the core concepts is like there are no wrong notes in jazz, but there can be wrong resolutions. Season 2 was not bad, but it set up so many things that can have really bad resolutions, and they did not resolve them in season 2, which inherently made season 2 a weaker season than season 1 because season 1 brought up the loops, solved the loops, and only set you up with interesting points for season 2 in ways that were like drove you to want to see season 2. Season 2 sets up things, resolves them in like ways, but leaves you hanging on parts of them. Season 1 didn't do that.
Can I
Yeah,
say something?
Go for it.
Okay. So, to speak to that, I think that we are also heavily not heavily. We are mistakenly skipping over an aspect of television that I think a lot of people don't consider, in the sense that not a lot of shows do actually make it past season 1 like this.
Fair.
Because the premise is so off kilter, there's a possibility, and I'm not saying it's an excuse, there's a possibility that season 1 was written the way that it was because they didn't know if they were going to get a season 2 based on this premise.
100%. And here's the thing I will fully concede. It is entirely possible that they come out with season 3, 4, 5, because they have a set. Ben Stiller went on a podcast or a thing. He already knows how many seasons he wants to do for the full story.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I concede fully that future resolutions could
Will definitely
make
come up.
season 2 amazing.
Yeah.
But they did not make season 2 alone. That like the decisions that they made in season 2 do not make season 2 alone amazing. They rely on the resolution. I am worried. My biggest worry is that they fall into the problems that Lost had.
There's a lot of commonality.
What? How
between
did
the
you do
two,
that, Eric?
for
We've
sure.
been rewatching Lost.
For sure.
So
I mean, dude,
And I didn't tell you
understand
about
why.
that.
I understand why.
So-
You need a hit.
Well, no, Ash has never seen it.
Oh,
Oh,
she
yeah, I'll
has
do
to
it
see
too.
it. It does the same thing. Lost
No
in and of
spoilers,
itself,
bro.
But
I'm
to
not
be
gonna
fair,
spoil anything.
To be fair,
But
Eric, I don't think the people who wrote Lost knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah, they did.
I'm not.
Yeah, they did.
No,
No
they
spoilers,
didn't.
Nat.
No,
No
they
spoilers,
didn't.
Nat.
So no spoilers.
No spoilers.
How
They
you
had no idea what they were doing.
listen. How you feel about it after the show's over is a spoiler. Because she knows y'all very well.
Fair.
Okay,
I'm not even gonna give.
Just
okay.
saying, that's all I'm getting at.
Fair.
I'm
That's
gonna
all
do
getting
a
at.
true no spoiler of
fair.
this. I am just saying that Lost had similar things
Yes,
and similar,
they're similar.
like type of writings.
Yeah.
And I want Severance to take
Just do better.
from that and
Just
do
do better.
even better.
Yeah.
And I am
Brink it.
based on season 2, they could go either direction. And
Yes.
that is my only concern.
I already know it's kind of wild and nothing gets answered. What do you mean nothing gets answered?
Things
outta
get
here.
answered. Okay, so I want you to keep on talking about like what really kind of like upset you about the season, because for me, this cemented Severance as my favorite show of all time.
I feel exactly the opposite. I feel like I literally told B I'm really worried, and season 2 made me less interested in season 3 in its entirety. And I almost want to leave it at season 1 because of how perfect season 1 was. Season 1 was
I think it was
perfect
because
TV.
it's complete. Okay, continue. Sorry.
So let me talk about the resort episode where they go on their field trip.
Oh, the Ortbo.
With
Right?
with the biggest waterfall in the world.
Yeah.
So that episode
Ortho.
alone is going to leave unanswered questions all over the place. I guarantee you they aren't going to answer all of the questions that episode has.
What questions?
And that episode's, how did they do the clone shadow?
The shadow.
guys that are pointing
Animatronics.
everybody.
It's animatronics.
How did they?
No, stop.
It was,
That one's simple. It's animatronics. It's literally just a robot.
they're never going to say that.
It's
is what I'm
obvious when
getting
you
at.
look at it. You see one at the last episode when he's doing the thing and he's having the like skit in the comedy routine. You've been to Disney.
It's
It
not
isn't the same.
explained.
It
It's not
isn't the same.
explained. Yeah.
They
It's
look like
not-
animatronics
it's-
and paper mache, and they can only move their arms one way.
It's not the same. All I'm saying is, what does that episode actually do
I see
for
what
the
you're talking
story?
about, Anthony. I got you.
Every single story, every
Uh-huh.
single episode gives you a nugget of useful information.
Wait a second.
but
That
drives-
That episode is the big
reveals
reveal for Helly.
Helly, and
Yeah.
also betrays
Anthony,
Mark's love.
I'm sensing some bullshit.
Did you
I'm
watch
sensing
it,
the
Eric?
bullshit.
Did you
That
fall
is the-
asleep?
So that was going to my big point.
Okay.
Every single episode
Yeah.
only really gives you. So let me break this off in another way. I think it'll make more sense to what I'm trying to dictate here.
Okay.
There are two things that the writers are trying to do in Severance. They're trying to give you a
Bold words.
mystery about Lumor and
Lumen.
what the Lumen and
I got
what
you,
the
bud.
company is doing and what's going on
He
and
almost
everything
got.
that's happening.
He got the R. He didn't get all the way
I
down.
know. I didn't finish writing. So, they have one part of the story where they are trying to give you this mystery, right? On the other hand, it is a character drama about these well-written characters.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1 was a perfect mix of discovering the mystery of Lumen while developing the characters. Season 2 literally mostly focuses on the characters. Every single episode is essentially building up characters.
Yeah.
And each episode has one little tidbit of the mystery part thrown in to keep those people engaged. And it feels really unfortunate to me, who is far more invested in the mystery part, that season 1 perfected. And season 2 gave me almost none of that.
Uh-huh.
Shoot.
Something I learned recently. He's actually
Okay.
in the chat. It's really annoying that he's here for me to go ahead and try and talk about this, actually. So, one thing that I realized in terms of the hierarchy of writing, character is always going to be the most attractive thing that you're going to be able to put in front of an audience.
100%.
You can have a wonderful world. It's the
100%.
characters that live into it that bring it life.
That
So-
saddens me.
That
For
it's-
this
it is-
story.
it is-
For this story in particular.
But I really want you to take into account the fact that these people already gave you season 1. They like everything has been intentional from the get-go,
Again,
right?
like
and
I
I'm,
said,
and I'm upset. I'm not trying to change your mind on season 2 because I'm just
Yes.
I understand like your opinion is your opinion. I'm not trying to change it.
and
I'm
I
just saying
concede.
let them cook.
Yes,
because
I
they-
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
That is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I am rating, in my opinion, right now, based on season 2, with what I have. This is season 1 and season 2. That's all I got. That's all I got to compare. In
Yeah.
season 2, my opinion of it is really in a fishbowl of just season 2.
Yeah.
when you look at it in its completed form, years from now, it could be that season two's character development was 100% necessary for where they were going, and the resolution is perfect.
Yeah.
It's just that right now, all I have to go on is season 1 and season 2, and it's like you get this perfect steak dinner in New York, and then somebody says, dude, you love steaks? I'm actually going to the #1 rated steak restaurant in America. And they take you there, and you're like, this steak wasn't as good as the one I had in New York.
Uh-huh.
And because we went back to back, your experience is colored that way, and it's unfortunate. It isn't that the steak there was bad, because here's the thing. Severance season 2 is still like a 6 out of 10 TV show for me. But when compared to Severance season 1, that's a 10 out of 10 season, it's really hard. It's different.
Okay. I'm going to say something. Anthony, I haven't heard much from you. I'm going to give you the floor because I want to hear your opinions.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm doing a lot of fighting here. And I don't want to be the only person who's like throwing oranges.
You got this.
Stage.
I got stuff to say.
Okay. The South got something to say. Say it.
So first off, Eric, most other Apple TV shows, don't watch them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
man.
but
C was good. C was good. Season 1
Apple
C.
TV gave us Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is
I know,
one of my
that's why I
favorite
said
shows
most.
of all time.
And Shrinking is good too. Shrinking is good too.
Shrinking. What is C?
C was the Jason
Oh, C.
C, like
C
SEE.
starts off really strong as well.
Starts off really
but there's
good.
a lull for sure.
Season 2 is really bad.
Like they went from having some of the best choreography ever to the worst.
Dude, the fighting choreography whenever like Baba Voss goes up again, like Baba Voss, and it's you mean
And
so good.
I did want to just say one more thing before
Jason
you kinda go
Momoa.
off.
There it is. Yeah.
In season 2 of Severance, there are scenes that are spectacular still in Severance.
Oh, for sure.
So it's not that the parts of it. Like I said, episode 1, masterpiece episode of TV.
But you called the season a 2 out of 10.
No.
That's
that
where
was-
I feel
okay,
like that's
no,
where
no.
we're coming
Sorry,
from for
sorry.
it.
I was being a little hyperbolist there.
He did say 6 out of 10.
No,
he did not.
Yes,
he
I
did not.
So,
He said like 2 or 3
Nat, you
out of 10.
You misheard me. I said that the episodes between the intro and the finale were 2 out of 10.
Okay.
The intro and the finale were both 10 out of 10, right?
Yeah, okay.
It's the in-betweens that really were rough for me.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Those are the flawed episodes. in
Now
my
that
opinion.
is what most
As a
Apple
whole,
TV
it was like a 6 out of 10.
those
how much-
episodes are what most Apple TV shows are like. Immense amounts of character development, 1% story, overarching, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like the alien one and the space one. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Like
Yeah.
it's weird. It's weird. I don't know why they do it.
Yeah.
I think my only sad part is that, like, man, season 1 was just so perfect.
Dude, you're gonna like. I know that you're saying it like that. I want to get to the happy part of this because season 2, yes, there are episodes where you're just like, why are we going through this? Like I can just point to like specific episodes where like both me and Mel were like, fuck, why did we do anything this episode?
Yeah, it felt
And
like
then
a
they left us
filler
with this
episode,
thing.
right?
And they gave us give
Yes.
us like a cliffhanger at the very end to just be like, no, we know
Well,
what we're
one
doing.
interesting one was
You're gonna
like
come back next week.
Cobell's backstory, and we're like, why are we doing this?
So
Like, this is
good.
so boring. This is so annoying.
No,
But
I thought it was so good.
it was good, but
I-
you're just like,
yeah.
but why? Do we need this? But why? But
We
it
needed
ended
to
up
set that
answering
character.
answering the question of who is the girl?
Who's the architect?
No, the girl. The girl. The young girl. I had
Oh,
theories
and,
that she was like not young, that she was like an old person in a young person's body. No, she was literally just child labor
Yeah, she's just child labor. Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Well,
she's-
and then you had cool little subplots like Irving. One big problem I had, again, my main problem was they did a bunch of character development that didn't do anything for the story.
Like
followed
who?
by like little excerpts. Irving's story.
Like
for
who's he
example,
reporting to?
Well, yeah. So like they tease all of that stuff. They tease
dude.
all of that, but like it doesn't go anywhere. And then he goes on a train. It feels very weird. It feels very unanswered.
You
and
know who's
maybe
going to
we'll
be at
get a
the end of that
resolution.
train, though, right? Who
Maybe.
he's reporting to.
Look. If they again, the resolution is what's important.
You're right.
And they
I'm
left
sorry.
it
I'm sorry.
unresolved
Yeah,
in
yeah,
season 2.
yeah.
That is my problem.
Yeah.
We got none of it. But they had tidbits across that character storyline. Like the whole Bert and that. So one big problem I had. I really didn't have any connection or feel like the investment between Audi Bert and Audi Irving was genuine or cared at all. It was a model that they followed to give you the information about how severing was used before severing existed for assassination.
Yeah.
And that was
Well,
it.
we don't know if they were actually
Wait, assassination?
assassinated.
What do you, oh,
Yeah. Bert,
wait, rewind.
he literally talks about that.
Bert would take people out for rides that he
Yes.
would not have to drive them back from.
No, that he wouldn't remember because he was severed and he assassinated them.
I didn't pick that up.
I didn't pick that up.
That is what they were trying to say. So the whole severing thing existed before 12 years ago. And these people were disappearing. And he talks about how he doesn't remember going home. That in their last scene together, what I got from that was that he brought them somewhere and he didn't ask any questions and he didn't remember what happened there and then going back. It is heavily implied
Now-
that those people are killed.
I disagree that the relationship between Bert and Irving was useless because they showed us.
Not saying it's
No, I'm
useless.
sorry. No,
That's not what
no,
I'm
they
saying.
specifically showed us that there are things that
That carry over.
transcend the sever.
Audi. Yeah.
Very subtle things that occur on both sides, which is
Yeah.
like proving that it's not
And
severed
we see
fully.
it it between Helena and Audi Mark as well.
And we see it
whenever
between
they're
the
at
wife
restaurant.
and
Yeah.
Annie Mark, where
Agreed.
she
Yeah.
trusts him, and that's why the guy rages, because she shouldn't trust him. She knows nothing about him. She should trust this voice.
Yeah.
Agreed. I just felt I didn't feel that was enough for the relationship that budded within 2 talking sessions between Bert and Irving. It just didn't feel organic enough for me.
I think-
I felt very forced there.
Maybe it's because
Comparatively to the other ones. Maybe.
it's
I don't
'cause we're
know.
straight.
I'm not saying why, because I don't know. I just know from a feeling perspective,
Yeah.
like
Can
that
we?
one felt different.
I think I feel like we can all agree on something though. In season 2, one of the most epic moments was Dylan's Audi's letter to Annie Dillon.
Oh yeah,
100%.
so good.
Yeah. That's one of my top moments from the season.
First off, you.
I know, right?
That was good. Like I
Oh my
said, there
God.
were definitely 10 out of 10 moments in season 2. It was just season 2's really long, and the moments
It
that
is.
I remember as 10 out of 10 moments
Are far
are
and
less
stretched.
than 5%
Yeah.
of season 2.
Yeah.
And about 80% of it, I'm like, unless you resolve this in a better way than I can think of in future seasons, you're going to totally mess this up and it's going to feel bad. And like you are making this harder than you need to, because I feel like there were really good inner season resolutions that they could have made that they just they focused on other things for season 2, and those things didn't feel important in season 2. So unless they make them important in future seasons, it's going to feel bad.
Ultimately, I feel like both season 1 and season 2 are epitomes of how not to treat your audience. Because season 1 and season 2 cannot exist in a vacuum. They can't exist by themselves. The Matrix is a great example of a potential one and done. At the end of the Matrix, you're like, you can wonder,
That's it.
you can imagine, but you don't
you can
need
just-
more.
You don't need another. You don't need the second one.
And at the end of season 1 and season 2 of Severance, you need the next one, and that's not cool.
They end with she's alive, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
I
not
feel
cool,
like
man.
that's only because of the cliffhanger,
Yeah.
but
It's
Yeah, I mean,
you closed like no loops.
Yes.
You didn't
But-
give any answers. There was no end to the story. The story just started. It's like you were the prologue.
Okay. Let me go with this though.
Okay.
You closed every character loop from the first season. You did not close the story loop that I'm talking about of the mystery. The mystery is what drove us into season 2. But guess what? Irving, Dylan, Helly, and Mark all transcended their characters and solved their character issues from season 1 inside of season 1.
Not Helly.
Helly did.
Helly solved her arc at the very end of season 2 when she said, "I'm her."
Yeah.
She's had this entire thing where she's been fighting against her identity as Helena, but at the very end, when Mark's like, "I want to be here with you," she says, "You can't, because I'm her," and she realized it's the realization of who she actually is. Go ahead.
But that character arc is only created by the Audi faking to be her inside of season 2. So that character story is in season 2 for me.
I don't agree with that.
In season 1, her character and her character development of going from somebody who hates being an innie to wanting to fight and make the speech for the innies at the end of season 1, that was what her character was. Because at the beginning of season 1, she did not care. She did not care about the people she was working with. She did not care, but she just wanted to not exist.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of season 1, she cared about her existence. But not only did she care about her existence, she cared about the other innies' existence. And she chose over everything she learned to go and make that speech. And that was her character arc for season 1. That was literally where they ended her character arc.
I'm not sure you get what I'm saying. Like, you take the Harry Potter books. Every single book could have been the end. And you didn't necessarily need it to keep going. That, in my mind, is a good
maybe
writer.
The Goblet of Fire.
So I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the things that they were able to resolve nicely within season 1 to make a season
at the end of
that
season
drove
1
you to season 2.
At the end of season 1, they brought up a ton of things. They literally brought up like 5 or more brand new situations and things for you to wonder about with zero potential answer or guidance for your wondering.
But they resolved 5 to 10 other things in really satisfying ways within season 1 as well.
I don't feel so. Like, I understand what you're saying with
we're missing
with
sketch flicks because you're not in the thing anymore.
Yeah. Something
He's
to
only in
consider
your
is
chat.
that sometimes they close character arcs in a series and they have no use for the character after that, so they make a lot of filler. So it's possible that they had no more content for some of these characters. I agree.
Yeah,
and they also said it's a genius social. Apple is all in for season 3. They had so much success on the first one that they knew that they were getting a season 3, so they chose not to close the loop, in my opinion. But it's risky.
Again,
for season 2.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I drive home the fact season 2 played it more risky. They are so heavily focused on the resolution. But in doing so, in my opinion, they made a weaker season 2 in the hopes that they make a better season 2 through 6 or whatever they go to.
I agree. I agree that season 2 is weaker than season 1.
Yeah, that's all I'm
I
saying.
think
That's literally
I think that's
my
a fair.
argument.
I think that's a fair statement. One trick in writing is when you answer one loop, you create 2 extra loops to keep the story it's going. Just meta writing here. Yeah, it's called the Story Circle. And if you want to learn more about it, go ahead and subscribe to Sketchflix, where he can go ahead and tell you how to go ahead and write stories with effective loops and resolutions to make your stories more effective.
But like, how do you end a book or a season or a movie in a satisfying way that doesn't make your audience angry with how much you've left unanswered?
So I will say one thing that I love, and I'm super biased towards a few different writers, but I feel like people that do this well are Brandon Sanderson with the different worlds and having a story that pushes a Cosmere story overarching
Yeah.
But also each individual story has a closed loop in which they answer all of the questions within that loop. But the things that happen drive other stories without you needing to know about or resolve them inside of that book. He does a really good job. Yeah. I feel like season 1 of Severance also did that.
Yeah.
Another one is like Dresden Files. Dresden
we're getting
Files.
12 months soon.
I know. Dresden Files does a really good job where there is this overarching story, but every single book is episodic.
Yeah. It's a one and done. Yeah.
Yes.
Except for like the latest few.
Yeah, but even those still
like the last
center.
6.
Yeah, but even those still center around a central idea that is fully closed loop within that story. Yeah. They just are starting to put more and more connective tissue pieces.
Up until changes, I could say I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony, have you read Dresden Files?
No.
You would
also,
love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I think you would really like it.
Yeah, I think
I have to get through Brandon Sanderson.
That's true. Anthony,
we'll see you in 10 years.
Yeah, right? I'm so sorry.
It's been hard to fall asleep at night, honestly, because
that-
I'm listening to Brandon Sanderson, and so I'll be
it's
like,
so good.
I'll put it
It's so
on,
good.
and I'll be like, this is not a dull chapter. So then I'll reach up over my head, I'll
chapter.
grab some, what is it, melanin or whatever, the sleep aid, melatonin. I'll eat that, I'll pass out, wake up, still hear it go, and be like, oh shit, that's really good.
You gotta turn on the sleep timer.
I do, but sometimes
you can't sleep with that on.
Sometimes I wake up before the sleep timer's gone.
Are you?
Anthony,
you're still in
then
Way
you
of
just-
Kings,
you
right?
just
Like
keep
what part are you on?
I'm on a Way of
Give us
Kings.
your latest things.
Basically, if I remember right, because my memory's all over the place with falling asleep while listening to it, supposedly I'm burned into her, but I definitely didn't hear that. Invisiger. I don't even remember what that is. I know that
Investiture.
What? No, there's no T. Invisiger. Chapter 38.
This is a character from.
I don't know. What I remember is Kaladin in the past going to the Light Eyes and being like, you know what, Dad? I don't want to frickin' go to the army anymore. And Dad being like, what? You wanted to go to the army? Like, yeah, I did, but now I want to be a surgeon, you know? That's like basically the end of my memory. I feel like I heard some stuff happen after that. I can't believe she stole the Soulcaster. I can't believe.
Wait. Okay. Whoa. Man.
I'm so upset about that.
Hold on. Is that the last thing she did? Is that the last thing she did?
That's the last thing I remember her doing, and it's been Kaladin ever since.
It's about to go.
I cannot wait until the next Shalon chapter.
I feel like she knows. Literally, she goes, have they asked you to steal it from me yet? She's like, no. And then she's like, I'm still going to steal it. Are you dumb? She's obviously testing you. Anyways, I don't know, man.
God, I can't wait.
Okay, so moving on.
It's going to be an okay chapter. It's going to be an okay chapter.
Moving on, I do want to propose an answer to the reintegration question. Unfortunately, Eric, I'm sorry, this might not apply to you. You might just be like, I don't know.
It.
My answer is, I think it equates to waking up from a dream, and not just any dream, because I have differing dream types. One type of dream I have specifically feels like a different reality that I live in as almost the same person, but certain things are slightly different.
Reintegration. Right. Okay.
And I have those memories, and I still have those memories when I wake up.
Yeah.
And I could even remember them right now. They didn't get erased as much as a dream where it was very much just a dream. Does that make sense? Where it was just fantasy.
Yeah, when it fades. Yeah.
Like and it feels like a very big difference between a reality dream and a fantasy dream. It's almost like a different universe reality situation. I feel like that's what reintegration would be like.
Okay. What's your second thing?
There wasn't a second.
Never mind. Okay, I thought you actually had like a theory as like what's gonna happen.
The second thing is
My
that's what it
theory
feels
is
like.
that it feels the same as waking up from a dream that feels very real.
Interesting.
And you have both memories. I don't know. I get like, to me, it's like almost every day that you wake up, you're a new version of you.
Yeah.
And so when you reintegrate, you're a new version of you. You're not either old versions. Because now you have memories from multiple realities, and they combine, and you decide what to do with them, but you just keep going. And you're both
God,
people in a way.
My podcast screen is so jank. I need to fix that.
What was
It's so jank. It is.
It's
Anthony's
truly
like
the
cut off a
jankiest.
little bit.
Yeah, I just looked at
Oh,
it for
yeah.
like longer than 5 seconds, and I was like, oh.
Apparently-
I should really fix that.
I thought I was frozen for you guys, but I just
No,
stuck a
dude,
pose
you're
for
not.
a very long time.
No, you were just staying very still.
No.
I know we're like coming up on time, but like I do want to go ahead and get into good ideas, like what everybody played, because I actually have to recruit you guys. I have to get gold in Marvel Rivals before the end of the week.
We have 2 days, like 3 days.
We have 2
What?
days.
We
No,
have like 3 days, Nat.
What are you talking about?
I'm silver
Are
3.
you wait? Are you
You're
willing?
silver 3. Am
Wait,
I
are-
the bad one?
Are y'all willing to like take off work? Because I hit my diamond, so I'm in.
I want free
What,
characters.
so you can't get down below diamond?
No, you definitely can still get demoted,
For
but
sure,
I'll get
for
all the
sure.
benefits of hitting diamond. And I don't think I'm going to hit
Did you create your
Grandmaster by
ult?
end of season. I did
I'm gonna
create
have
my
to-
ult.
I'll have to probably.
I just that one day I streamed last week. I wanted to hit diamond.
Maybe I
Didn't
could
get
take
diamond.
Wednesday or something. I can give you update secret because you can fail the audition, but the 2 new characters are Phoenix, Jean Grey, and Emma Frost. The Phoenix and Jean Grey?
Oh,
You didn't
man.
hear from me. Phoenix and Jean Grey, they're going to be 2 separate characters, which is
Yeah.
kind of dope because they are technically 2 separate characters. But what?
Dude, Emma
So,
Frost
Ultra-
is
so-
breaking the internet right now.
Oh yeah,
is
dude,
what
the
she's
thigh jiggle
doing.
is insane.
Oh, my god.
Oh my god.
She has broken the internet.
Sir, sir,
Dude. She has broken the internet. They were
Oh,
like,
really? I didn't know.
They know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they're
yeah.
doing. They know,
They
how to
exactly
make
what
money.
they're doing.
They were like, oh, Emma Frost.
Well, I mean,
We got this.
To be fair, let's just be real about Emma Frost's character for the entirety of the X-Men timeline. She has always been a thirst trap. She is
100%.
all like it doesn't like
Look, I'm not debating that. I'm just saying I know why they chose in the second season when the player base has started to rise because of popularity and Twitch. That is when
always
they
been-
decided to release.
she's always
her.
been mommy. She's always been mommy. It's okay.
100%.
It's okay. And then
Look-
Jean Grey is like a consolation prize. Honestly, I feel. I
Yeah,
mean,
Jean Grey. And
Phoenix
then,
is
yeah,
a
of
bad
course
person,
we have
bad thing.
like we have Emma Frost in 2, we have Ultron in 2.5, and then once they get the 3, by the way, they're going to be releasing a new character every month, is what they
that's
said.
insane.
A new character every month?
Yep.
I mean, they have the roster.
They already
Marvel's insane.
So from what I've heard, and maybe Sketchflix has like the insider knowledge of this, but from what I've heard, they have a stack of characters that have been kind of mined out of the code that they've already kind of like had in works for a long time. So they're at a state where they've just lined them up so that they're not like rushing to create them.
All
They're
about
just
that snow bunny.
they're just like, oh, we have them already lined up.
Yeah.
So now it's just about when do we release them?
I mean,
We have
you can also kind of base it around like who has a movie and who doesn't.
I don't know because
Squirrel Girl?
Emma Frost.
Squirrel Girl is wild, and so is Emma Frost. Oh no, Emma Frost
Yeah.
was in the movie.
Squirrel
She
Girl, I
was
think,
in
might
a
be
movie,
Ash's
but,
favorite
like-
character, but she doesn't say get a load of these nuts.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, the voice actor audition?
Voice actors. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. So I looked at some of the code dives where they essentially just went through the compiled code, and they have like 7 or 8 different placeholder characters like that are essentially fully fleshed out and done.
Wow.
So
NetEase
it's
is
just a matter
insane,
of
dude.
like it's just a matter of the UI for them, like
Yeah.
making them look nice, making them do all that.
And the meta. And the meta,
Yeah.
'cause, like they can't just drop like 6 characters and
Exactly.
be like, yeah, go
and
nuts.
they shouldn't do that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They are doing such a good job at keeping interest high, changing things up, making things feel fresh.
Yeah, Overwatch.
And doing stuff. Like the real thing is, and so far, their character design has been good, and they
It's
haven't
getting a little
done anything.
goonery.
Well,
Get
Here's the thing.
Let's be real.
So yes,
Still getting a little goony.
but that's just a given due to like free game. You know,
I mean, according to this info, though, the next
yes
2 characters out of the ones that we know are both Jean Grey and Phoenix. So
well,
you know
Ultron is there.
Ultron's coming, yes, but I mean, like, there's also Phoenix and Jean Grey already on like the
But they're
coming out.
Yeah, but they're not coming out until after Ultron because they already released the thing. But what I'm getting at is you have to look at the abilities. Emma Frost's abilities look cool as all get out. They look fun. They look interesting. They look different, and there's nothing about them that is game breaking. And this was something that I was talking to somebody about.
Grab though.
The command grab. Are you talking about her ult?
No, the command grab.
Oh, that just looks dope.
That's
it does.
just dope.
It does no damage. It's just fun. It's just.
Well,
fun.
I mean, like okay. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
Anyway, all I'm getting at is that one thing, and we talked about it last week about Apex Legends, right? In that they started putting things into the game to simplify it and cheat essentially inside of the game that really started to broach into these huge problems with how they felt about the game going forward. But when I listen to the engineers talking, like they do a monthly devlog for Marvel Rivals, and if you listen to these guys, they're like, we just want it to be fun and have heroes, and we want you to feel like you're heroes, and they just want to make it competitive, fun, and like good.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, if that's what you want in a game, and you're still creating heroes that don't broach into just absolutely busted mechanics that can't be tweaked, dude, you're going to kill it. You're going to kill it. It's not even going to be close. It's just going to be fun. Like, it's not going to be some groundbreaking, crazy thing. But as long as it's fun, they're going to have people playing it, and they're going to keep doing different stuff. And I love that.
Dude, I think someone at Apex was just like, look, we can't prevent wall hacks. We're never going to fix
let's
this
go ahead
cheat.
and put wall hacks into this game.
If we give it to them for free,
they'll
then
stop doing it.
Yeah.
They'll stop doing it,
Or
right?
even if they're still doing it, it evens it out.
I hate it.
The logic is there, but it's not right.
The other thing,
it's not
Anthony, is that the Marvel Rivals dev team already said they are working and want to release, as part of the specialty events, entirely new different game modes that have nothing to do with any game modes currently on the market.
Wait.
And they want to release them as special events.
What? A special event? Not as a permanent game mode?
So they talk about that. The special events that do well, there are 2 things. One, they're always going to be available as, like, the ones that do well are going to be available as modes, and they'll always be available as custom rooms. So if they do well, then and people like them, then they will go on to be something that you can do as quick play, essentially.
Yeah.
Or what about competitive?
Don't know yet. That is not their primary concern yet, but we don't know.
They're totally going to do a Dark Phoenix thing. I can feel it.
I am just excited because one of the things that they talked about was having more people in lobbies / free-for-all events / larger maps.
Lobbies?
So
it's already 6. What are you talking about?
As part of special events, to
I
test them out and see which ones like stick and they have fun with.
Can you imagine the coordination on that?
Yeah.
It has to be stupid.
But yeah, it's just I'm really only excited because, like, every time I hear the devs speak, they just they're just super passionate about doing the things, which is really, really cool.
Man, I didn't fall out of nothing.
He did.
I don't know.
Did. You have the invite, but
oh, there it goes.
What?
I don't know what happened. It just you kicked you at some point, or you left it. Maybe
I didn't leave it.
Maybe you hung up on it or something.
I didn't do diddly one.
That's why earlier I was like, "Oh shoot, we haven't been seeing Tony's messages." And then I keep looking way up here to see your stream. that I
Yeah,
got.
yeah. My bad.
Well,
Damn.
my guys, we are quickly running out.
We've
of
been
podcast
out of
time.
my guy. Don't even lie. We've
Guys,
been out of time. We've just been
I
talking.
just want to mention that if we have Tony playing and we have Jason playing and we have Ash
1, 2,
playing,
3, 4,
we have
5,
6.
We have a 6.
We have a 6.
I'm in. Dude,
I
I'm
can't
in.
play with Jason because he's too good at the games. No, I'm joking. I'd play with Jason
We can do it.
even
We
if
can
I
do
was
it.
bad.
We can do it.
Get
Let's
Neek
go.
off.
Oh, that's
With
true.
that,
I'll see if I can get the Wednesday off, honestly. It'll be like the last day before, isn't it? Because after today, it's 2 days left, right?
It's 3 days and
Yeah.
6 hours, so we have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Okay.
oh, not Friday.
I think it starts the new season on Friday, which makes sense because people binging Friday night.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Oh man,
Fair.
the best
Thanks,
time
man.
would have been right now.
Ash
Honestly,
is like, yo, I'm level 2.
Y'all have level 2.
Bruh.
Get level 10, Ash.
Guys,
level
get
10,
this.
Ash.
My wife was ace in like one of her first 3 games.
Dude,
Like,
heck
she was
yeah.
ace.
not gotten an
Let's
A's.
go.
What the?
I
I was
fuck, dude?
like, she's like, and also like at the end of it, people were like, oh my God, how'd you do that? They were like,
That's crazy.
What was
That's
she
dope.
playing? Bucky.
she played,
Dude, Bucky's
of
dope.
course,
She's so
Jeff.
fucking disgusting.
Jeff. She played Jeff.
She played Jeff.
She played some Squirrel Girl.
Okay.
She
Dude,
also,
Squirrel Girl wrecks quick
Yeah.
play.
yeah, there were a few others that she played. I can't remember who they were. She played a Vanguard. Might have
played a
been,
Vanguard.
might have been Thor.
Thor's
Can't
really
remember.
good.
I don't
Thor's
remember who
really
you
good.
played, Ash, but
I'm at the
It went
point
well.
now where I'm watching streams and I feel like I've gotten too deep.
Dude,
Like, I'm
heck
sorry, not
yes.
streams. I'm
Venom.
watching
Oh,
recordings.
Venom.
right.
Venom
She
is
was
so good.
Venom, going nuts. It was crazy.
Dude, heck yes, Venom's so good.
Venom is really cool.
Venom kills me all the time.
Dude,
Dude,
Venom's
Venom's really cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
50.
guys, 50th episode. It was wonderful. A bunch of wonderful whiskeys. Severance talk was great. Guys, like and subscribe. Do all the stuff in the YouTube, down in the doobly-doo. We're going to have a new, so funnily enough, we'll be featured on the next
Black
Icebox
Ice.
podcast.
Icebox.
Black Ice podcast. Yes, that'll be coming out on Sunday.
bro.
And we're featured there, so we'll be in their YouTube and stuff like that. And of course, go check them out. We'll
I
be
actually,
interviewing-
actually watched like the first episode of Black Ice podcast, and I gotta say, Josh, hilarious as ever. Great to listen
dude,
to.
he kills it, man. He kills
He
it.
just does not
half-
disappoint.
Halfway through, he's like, Eric, you're here. I haven't even talked to you. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. It was so funny.
It is pretty funny.
Oh my
Pretty funny. He's really worried that I'll become known in the judo space as White Ice.
Oh no!
So he's worried about that.
I would be
And
too.
I wasn't worried about it until he said that, and now I'm worried about it too.
I was worried about it from before.
I mean,
I was like, that's
So,
kind of
Eric, you
in the
got a major concussion from white ice on the mountain. It just makes sense.
That's fair.
You know, you
That's
don't
fair.
see white ice when you're on the mountain.
So yeah,
Guys,
we're interviewing another really good judo competitor for Sunday. That'll be out on Sunday on their channel, and of course, check out all of our episodes over on YouTube and stuff. And with that, we'll catch you in 51, guys. Peace.
Bye.
可愛いですね。
Go. 上手です。
上手。